Hello guys, this might probably be my last Smite video. You know, Smite was the game I loved the most. It was one of my favorite games ever created. So in this video, I really wanna focus on, what are the main reasons why Smite wasn't successful. And I always felt like, let's just get into it, okay? No time for intro and bullshit, let's just go. I always felt like that, I think this is the beautiful thing about smaller communities. You can really see the bigger and the smaller picture. You can really see the problems and try to understand them. I always felt like understanding is my biggest superpower I have. I'm very innovative and I'm very understanding because I have Sagittarius and Virgo in myself, but let's leave that. I always felt that that we are always catering to the wrong people, right? We never really cater to passionate fans. We always only cater to like big content creators, but these guys don't really realize that there is no such thing as big content creator anymore. It's just guys who manipulate their viewers and algorithm with promotional accounts and botted comments to pretty much push their videos to the top of algorithm and practically making it impossible for 90% of content creators to make any views. People always talk, yeah, but how higher is badly treated content creators like Punk, Duck, Weekend, Fine, okay. No, like these guys already kinda cheated their way to the top, pretty much made it harder for any real small and Smite content creator to get any views. And now they're gonna talk they've been treated badly, right? We have, so-called pro players that, never really deserve it. They never really won championships. They never really earned it via real rankings and online tournaments. They kinda got handpicked. And this is not really like a problem with Smite community and us passionate fans, but it's more the problem with how the company actually manage it. At the end of the day, we are just players, right? We do what these big corporation and companies do. We try to do our best, and that's it. We can't really blame players for that. But it is also true that we have been literally like balancing the whole game around conquest. We have been balancing the whole game around so-called pro players that were never even pro players, and we actually just ignored real pro players and passionate fans for years now, right? And we even went so far that we kind of destroyed the whole game just to cater to conquest and pro players that were never ever even pro players. And what is really funny, they don't even understand the MOBA genre itself, right? Dota Conquest was never even the origins of MOBA genre. It was actually a millions of community made map. It was fight of characters. Even Dota originally, Conquest, was basically just a fight of characters. So, try to find the most OP recipes, the most OP characters, right? It was fun, and we made it competitive. But also people that kind of franchise it and stole this Dota idea and made their own games also kind of divided the MOBA genre in itself, because now you have, countless of, MOBA gaming studios trying to copy them, League of Legends, Dota 2, and they get such a bad results, they're in the brink of destruction. And it's all thanks to these big corporations and franchising of esports and so on and so on. I mean, how can you possibly think you have real esports when you handpick all your pros, when you talk about teams, and when you give nobody a chance to prove himself and play for their spots, right? That's why it's so hard to take any sport seriously today, because they have no real rankings, no real online tournaments. In Smite we don't even have basic leaderboard for, Joust or Arena, for anything outside of Conquest. And then they say why the game is dying. Why would anybody play your game if you don't even give us something to play for? No rewards, no leaderboards, no online tournaments, what every competitive player wishes to have, right? I feel like these are some of the biggest problems this game has, and why this game will never be big. The game literally has no rewards for playing the game. No commendation rewards, no achievement points rewards. All of these were already in Smite 1 7 years ago. It's almost like these guys, they just took all the bad ideas and said, okay, let's make Smite 2 with all the bad ideas. Let's kind of destroy all the progress we did in 7 years, and now artificially make all the same problems for us again, so we have something to do over the year. And now we're just gonna copy these assets into a new engine and call it a day, right? And again, just waste our time. I mean, at least the good thing about Smite 2 is at least now we actually see what's going on. Before in Smite 1, we literally had 0 good updates in like 5 years, you know, and then they always blame the engine, and we have no real esports, no real updates. The most popular game mode like Arena had like 7-year-old map, you know. And all they had to do like 7 years ago, when we already had everything set up, was, you know, work on clan system, organize online tournaments. When we actually had leaderboard and rewards for 3 most popular game modes, Conquest, Joust and Arena. Today we have nothing. We don't even have any fun game modes in the weekly rotation like Domination, Adventures. All of these were already in the game 7 years ago, right? Smite 2 is literally the representation of, okay, I mean, maybe we were wrong, you know. Maybe now we can actually see that maybe our ideas were not the best. Literally everything Titanforge did for Smite, you know, before it was Hyris, and then like 5 years ago it came Titanforge. And Smite 2 is really the product of all the bad ideas and just trying to copy other MOBAs, because we don't even understand what MOBA genre is, and because we don't really understand why other MOBA studios are popular. They're not popular because they're being innovative, they're just being popular because they were first on the market, or because they have control over Asia market. But not because they have good games, it's not because they're innovative, it's not because they understand their own genre. And this is what made Smite so special. This is why they were afraid of us, because we were so innovative. We had the best action combat on the market, best social system on the market, best social interaction, and we had healthy competitive scene for multiple fun game modes, right? With different game modes you attract a lot of players. When you just focus on one and force it on one, you're pretty much gonna, you know, and the also big problem is here, you're also gonna divide your community. When you guys removed ranked arena, you made everybody think that arena is not competitive. So let's ignore, even though arena could pretty much made Smite the one of the biggest MOBA on the market, because most MOBA studios, they only cater to Conquest Dota fans, right? Because they don't even understand the origins of their own genre. And Arena, that's why Smite could be so much popular, right? But these guys will literally destroy Smite. They will literally destroy this game, then actually make the game more popular, fun for everybody. And with Smite 2, you would actually expect these guys would learn anything. But no, not really, you know. And I also went through the patch notes. You see, I went through the patch notes. And they are nerfed, for example, Fenrir Ultimate, right? Because it's too fast, or no, the problem here is, again, the problems you guys made with Smite 2. You made cooldowns, infinite cooldowns for everybody, so now certain abilities are way too overpowered if you go full cooldown. And because, for example, you removed 2 relic slots, which was actually a huge counter to a lot of, now we have infinite cooldowns, only 1 relic, so there is no counters, you know. The only 2 counters we had for against slows. Slow is one of the strongest crowd control in the game. We had Sprint Relic and Winged Blade, and they kinda destroyed both of them. You know, you can only buy 1 relic, so there is not even Sprint Relic anymore. And Winged Blade is now like 3000 gold, so nobody buys it, right? So again, this actually affects Conquest, the main game mode, the most. Because now you have junglers with speed buff, with slows, you can never escape them, you know, because there are no counters in this game. Even though, let's be honest, nobody was really counter building anyway, because Conquest, Joust, Snowball game modes, they don't teach you about how to play the game, how to item build, you know. People always say, you know, you have a lot of these, you know, big content creators who live in a bubble, and they always preach how Conquest is the most competitive game mode. When you just look at the game design alone, you know it's not. And Conquest, Joust game was designed around snowballing. They don't teach you how to build, because people just usually buy 6 damage items, rely on snowballing to get ahead, to get the number advantage from level advantage, and they think that's make them good, right? These guys all live in a bubble, so why do we actually cater to them? This is what I never really understood. You guys never listen to your passionate fans. We have been asking for changes for 7 years, for 8 years. I was, and then people say to come to my videos and say, why are you so negative? I have been making Smite videos for more than 8 years now. And it's still the same shit ever, so that's why I'm pretty much done with it. What's the point of making videos if nobody cares, if nobody listens? I barely get any views, right? And now it's so hard, like, let me show you why we don't get any views. And I know Smite is a smaller game, and this is also a problem with YouTube, but let's, for example, check this video. Why do you think this video appears at the top? Let's check it out. Right? Let's check it out. Let's check some of these comments. Okay, let's check some of these comments. Let's check their creation date. Okay, only few-year-old accounts. You see only 1-year-old account. You see only 2-year-old account. This is how they do it, guys. It's not because they're good content creators. It's because they have been manipulating algorithm and their viewers for practically years now. And they kind of destroyed it for 90% of other people. Anybody that doesn't manipulate algorithm and their viewers pretty much have no chance anymore on this platform. So why are we catering to these scammers and manipulators? You can just type Smite into YouTube. And what do you see? Guys who manipulate algorithm and their viewers with countless of bots. Or guys who got handpicked for pro leagues. Or they have been literally calling themselves world champions and pro players for years, even though they never were. You see? And then guys like me who were actually really passionate about this thing and love the game more than anybody, we practically have no views, no chance. And then the companies actually cater to these guys. You really think this guy will have more than 100,000 subscribers if he wouldn't call himself pro and world champion for years now? No, he will have 10,000 subscribers like everybody else. And that's not enough. They usually also use bots and promotional accounts on top. I don't even want to talk about these guys. All these guys live in a bubble. They only play Conquest, which barely teaches you how to play the goddamn game. How to build. You can literally see builds at SPL, Smite Pro League. There wasn't like a single good support built in all Smite Pro League's games combined. They level up the wrong abilities, they barely know how to play the game. And then we balance the whole game around them. And then these guys will be the first in line to talk shit, how other game modes are casual, how all go, It's really like, these guys are not worth taking seriously. These guys just piss you off. And then these companies balance and cater to these guys and promote and pay those guys to promote their game. When they were never even pros and real passionate fans to begin with. And this is like, I think, really smaller communities like that really show you how broken capitalism is, how broken franchising is, how franchising pretty much destroyed the whole esports and content creation and capitalism, right? Sayonara, bitches. Okay, so what else can we talk about? I mean, I pretty much talked most about these issues like for years now. I made Smite video like yesterday or the day after and got like 30 views, 50 views. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with this, but just so you know, I was once god in this game. I love this game more than anybody, almost more than anybody. And it's really a shame just seeing so much potential and my favorite game ever created being at this state, It could be so much more. It could be the biggest, most popular game ever made. But these guys would rather see their company and game die than make basic leaderboard for Arena or Jaws fans, or to bring back adventures that attract player base. These guys have no idea what to do. They will always have these old mentalities, that we only have to focus on Conquest, and other gamers will somehow split the player base, not actually attract thousands of players to our game. Like, they always do the same mistakes over and over again, and then they artificially made, you know, bad bad decisions, like overpowered gods, and just to they have something to do over there and just waste everybody time. They never focus on things that actually matter, and that's why Smite probably doesn't have a future anymore, even though it's not a bad game. But when you play Smite 2, you really, when you actually take it seriously, you kind of realize all the bad things, you know, all the decisions they made for Smite 2 that they thought is gonna make it special actually made it worse. You know, 2 relic slot, infinite cooldowns, strength and intelligence. Nobody asked for that. We just wanted a better graphic, you know, and people blame outdated engine. No, it was never the engine fault. It was the company itself who never really focused on things that actually matter. They ignored most of their player base, and they do that in every game, right? Even in Paladins and Rogue Company, we had like Deathmatch versus Siege, we had Strikeout versus Domination, and in Smite we have Arena versus Conquest. They only cater. The problem is not we have many game modes which attract player base. The problem is that they only give leaderboard and rewards to one game mode and then ignore the rest. Only to Conquest in Smite, you know? That's all that we have been literally talking about this for 7 years, and these guys learned nothing. And now that we have such a low player base, yeah, but they're gonna say, yeah, but now we have low player base, now we can't do that, and now is the perfect time to do it, because you guys need to attract as many players as you can before your game dies out. Jesus, guys. These guys will literally repeat the same mistakes for 7 years, you know? And this is why you cannot expect much from guys who live in a bubble in capitalism society when when they are making money out of it. You know, I never made any money out of playing Smite and making videos. I was just somebody who loved it and I wanted to see it succeed. And even though I tried my best, I never got any results. In fact, I got everything the opposites. They always made fun of me. I always just wasting my energy. On Smite Reddit, I literally got Reddit IP banned for just talking about ranked terrain. That's how divided our community was. People have no idea. And even today, like, why do we have 6 Smite subreddits instead of 1 with flares? Why do we have more moderators than actually people here? Why do we still have Smite meme Monday, only memes on Monday, you know, content that actually promotes discussion? These mods, and this is also a bad thing. Community members, representatives and moderators are supposed to be the guys who bring the community together, promote discussion, but they literally did everything in their power to make sure that never happens, to destroy the community, to push away the light from the community. Same with Harry's employees. Once they banned the DM random, everybody thought everything was already confirmed, because their employees got manipulated by people who were, the girl was a Smite Olympian. I already made video about DM Brandon. It's kinda disgrace what they did to him. They actually believed a girl who got fired from Brandon's job, so she already has good motive to destroy his life. And on top of that, she had direct access with the company itself, and I'm not even gonna start talking about how she blackmailed people and so on and so on. Kinda insane. Because these guys never, I know there was a lot of pressure, but these guys never had any backbone. They never focus on things that matter, because it's so hard to actually admit that maybe you're not a good leader. It's not that you're a bad person, it's that you don't have the right character for it. You have to have the right character to be a leader, to be understanding or to be innovative. Sagittarius Rising is innovative. Leo, Venus, Mars is good leader. Virgo, Mercury, mind is a good understanding and caring for others. That's why you have to, guys, learn astrology. It's a knowledge of characters, of universal characters. And if you work in a job environment, you have to understand characters and which character is good for a certain task. Like, I'm tired now, so if you guys have anything else, you know, just please let me know. I'm pretty much done with Smite, like, Jesus Christ, it's been a long journey. You know, I love this game more than almost anybody. I meet so many good people, good moments, you know. I kinda miss some community interaction, you know, but, you know, who knows, maybe one day we'll come back, but now I need to focus on other things in life, you know. But, you know, when I love something, you know, I really do love it, and I was always striving to be the best, and even though sometimes I even lost friends over it, I main support, they blamed me, they made me feel bad, you know. I always cared so much, and they made me feel bad. I never deserved that, you know. Now I finally, when I'm get older, when I'm reaching 30, I finally understand all the parts of me, all the characters I have, you know. And it's easier, you know. I forgive, you know. It's okay. But man, sometimes we let older people do way too much to us, and we don't deserve that, you know. I really always did my best, tried my best for the game and the community, and it's really a shame when it really comes down to capitalism and this franchising, and these big companies don't give two shit besides making money, you know. And then you have guys who pretty much cheated their way to the top, lived in the bubble for years, and now they're gonna preach, you know. Jesus, man.